so, like, how lunch, like, when, now that everybody's all separate, like, is lunch different than how it was before? Like, or is it not even lunch because it's all early?
For me, it's lunch. Cause like that's the longest length of time I'm gonna be just straight up awake. Yeah, and I sleep during the day. So for me, in my life cycle, I'm supposed to be. I mean, all that dietary shit where everybody's like, "Oh, don't eat after a certain time." It's like, bitch, like. Time's a fucking concept. And we're acting like it has some big influence on our bodies, and really I think it's more based on our sleep cycle.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Or the rotation of the earth. Whatever, man. I don't know. But I'm just saying, time is a human construct. And we put way too much, I don't know, we rely way too much on it. Of course, how else are you going to get paid when you go to work, right? You got to track your time. I guess getting paid's a construct, too. We didn't always need money, you know? All right. Are you going to play a little ditty?
That's it. We got a jam.
Yeah, dude, it's been forever.
We got a jam sometime.
Shit, me and you haven't jammed since. I want to say that one time it was like me, you, and Nash.
Yeah, that long?
I think, and we were at your house.
Yeah.
I think even Ronnie. There, it seems like there was a fourth person that picked up a guitar. I can't quite remember.
I know Derek one time came by and played some.
Shit, Derek's a freaking beast. He's a beast on the guitar right now. He's playing like for hours a day.
Have you seen his Behemoth cover? It's awesome.
Yeah, actually, I think I have.
Yeah, it makes you want to fucking play with some distortion. Yeah.
Turn your overdrive up to 10.
To 11, motherfucker. Yeah. So, are we recording? Did you hit the red button?
Yeah, man, we're recording.
Alright. So, yeah, so. Let's get this shit popping.
Pop it off, brother.
Okay. So, I don't even know where to. This film.
Okay, we want to introduce it because I think the majority of the population knows, but maybe a few of our listeners won't know. All these youngsters out there that I was handing out 20-year-olds who didn't know Chris Farley, so it's kind of a sad generation that's coming out.
You know, they might know Chris Tucker.
You know, he seems kind of away. Like, where the hell is he? What's he doing? They'll know Ice Cube, but they're not gonna. They're gonna know movie time Ice Cube. They're not gonna know like hard ass stab you in your face Ice Cube with that look. You know that look he does. All those looks he made with his Jerry curls hanging out. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he has that look. You know, you don't want to mess with Ice Cube.
Fuck yeah.
But I think that's why kind of like where to start, because even starting there with Ice Cube, he actually did like the screenplay, or like he helped write the screenplay for the movie.
Yeah, he did.
And now looking back on how successful, how his career, and then everything he did since the beginning of his career, where he was doing music and then film.
Yeah.
He's still kind of, he's holding it down, but Friday, the movie, was sort of like this comedy, but yet, there was a element of in the neighborhood, kind of just, it's funny how it starts off with being unemployed.
Yeah.
That's kind of like I don't know if it's the funny part or the downfall of it, but it's like, he gets fired, but yet it's on a Friday where, that's supposed to be this day of, and it's his day off.
I'm itching to do the quotes. Like, how the hell are you going to get fired on your day off?
I'm trying to build the club up.
So what are you doing stealing boxes? All right,
so the movie,
it starts off, he's
that's how it starts off.
Yeah. And it's Friday.
Was he working at UPS or like?
I'm sure. I think they did dudes in brown shirts and brown shorts. I don't even know if they show them. No,
they don't. But it's some type of mail.
It's implied that he's a delivery guy. Yeah, delivery guy in boxes. Yeah.
He's like from the back. It kind of looks like you,
Yeah, we was clowning. Fucking guy. Yeah, it'll be like it's both ours, but we'll just keep it in mind. Fuck out of here.
Dude, there's the whole, so many times, like, in just our day-to-day life, we're quoting this movie in our house.
Yeah, I think I almost quote it every day.
Like, bye, Felicia.
Yeah, right. Bye, Felicia.
I was like, every time in the kitchen.
You in the kitchen. In the goddamn refrigerator. Eating all the food. I'm not going to go through that whole scene right there, but I did earlier.
Why did this film have that feeling?
They were doing it about the hood, whatever. I feel like, I don't know, it hit home with everybody, but I feel like it hit natives like some res life shit. Like, it kind of hit home, like, I don't know, I could relate to it. I know these people. You know what I mean? Like, these characters, I know these guys.
Yeah. No, I think that's what I was thinking too.
And I do remember the first time, I got high, and tried to be out in public, trying not to look at. Do I still look high? I was rubbing his shirt. Do I still look high? Yeah. Good stuff.
Came out in 1995.
Damn. So it's a 90s movie. 1995. I was 9. when it came out. Holy shit.
Yeah. Thinking back now, this was on VHS. Like when it came out, it was VHS was how you got it.
Oh yeah, man, that VHS got played a lot. Surprised it lasted as long. You know, we kept putting it back in and playing it again. Back in the day when you had to rewind shit, you lazy motherfuckers today. You just take your disc out and it's all good. We had to fucking rewind that shit if you ever wanted to watch it again. Sometimes you didn't watch a fucking movie because you had to rewind it. Like, oh, fuck it. It's too much work. What else we got? Make sure it doesn't need to be rewound.
Yeah, be kind, rewind that shit.
I was just thinking that. Be kind, rewind. Okay, so Friday. Why do you think it was a hit?
It was a hit because I think because the music too, the hip hop influence, like Ice Cube was in it, and Dr. Dre's did the soundtrack.
Oh shit!
And
I didn't know that.
I mean, he's on the. They made a video, the Keep Your Head Friendly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he kept popping in like cutaways from the movie.
Yeah, that's on the soundtrack. So it just
keep your heads winning.
I mean, that was like it came out in the mid '90s. Then West Coast was like it was banging.
Yeah.
So I think it just had a lot of influence on. I don't know, because I remember my cousins that were a little bit older, like excited to see it and talking about it, because it was like when it came out, it was just everybody was talking about it, and it almost seems like it's still being talked about.
Yeah.
You can reference it in situations that
so
are
many times.
Yeah, and I keep just kind of brushing up on my research. They call the dad I forgot his first name. Yeah, he had passed away.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But they were saying toilet humor, because the first scene where he's like on the toilet. And,
he's like, I don't know. It's just. I'll wait till you come out. He's like, man, I've been smelling your stinky shit. Get your ass in here.
But like, even what does he say out there? Where he's like, no one going there for another 45
minutes.
I don't want to open the window.
He's like, damn, why does somebody open the window?
No, but like, they're describing that as toilet humor, and I never heard that.
That's some straight up dad humor. Some family humor. Even though he's on a toilet, I don't even consider that toilet humor.
No, I mean, I can't. What other toilet humor is out there that I could say? But I didn't think of it as like. I mean, it was funny. It was funny, but I didn't think of it like that, where it was going too far, or it was inappropriate. It was, I kind of forgot about it until reading that. But Okay, so kind of going back to why it resonated, or why it was, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's minority, where, there's a lot of parallels.
Yeah.
But then, I think, on him about getting a job and, I don't know, just sort of, like you said, the characters are it's almost like you know them, they're relatable. A person asking or begging for things, or someone stealing from you.
I'm trying to think who is Debo in my life? Like, who is the Debo in my life?
You're probably Debo.
Yeah.
Punking people.
What bike? Shit.
We're talking about Debo.
Uh-huh.
But when he gets, like, I guess the fact that he gets knocked out or that he gets beat up, he's kind of the neighborhood bully.
Yeah.
That was, even thinking about that, because you know how they're like there's guns, and there's that scene where he's like telling him not to use his hands. I don't know, that was kind of, was that what the main part of the film was?
What are you bringing up?
I know how Craig just
kicks his ass?
Yeah, at the end, but that wasn't like, I didn't think that was going to happen in the movie. And then it happens.
Yeah. Spoiler alert for all you children who still haven't seen this motherfucker.
I mean, no, you should.
So watch it.
I don't know where I was going with that, but
we were talking about the ultimate moral of the story, and you're mentioning the scene where the dad talks about using your hands, right?
Yeah,
right?
But then just the fact that he ends up, having to fight someone, Debo.
Yeah.
And that kind of resolves the story. But I don't, thinking back now, it was supposed to happen like that. Where he has the gun in the movie, and his dad gives him the talk, and I think I'm looking too deep into it, but when it came out, my mom didn't let me watch it.
Didn't let you watch it?
My mom.
Wow.
It had a lot of cussing in it, but then, ironically, she watched it, and then it was okay, and then I could watch it. But it took some time for her to finally, oh, this is actually a funny movie.
It's a great
I don't know. I really don't know, but suddenly it's it's accepted. Maybe because it was my age at the time. I mean, when 95, I was about 8.
Yeah.
But it's...
lately I've been thinking about how many movies I say I watched as a kid when really, when they actually came out, was years before I even started really watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like Back to the Future is old as fuck. Now we've watched it, and I say, oh, I grew up watching that, but really, I watched it years after it came out. Like, it wasn't like a new release. I mean, some of them I was alive and they were released, like maybe two and the third one. But I think it's funny that we have that relationship with movies, and we're like, oh, I remember, I watched that as a kid. And a lot of times we came way after that. Like maybe it had already been out, 5 years before I watched it. Because I feel like I remember when Friday came out, and I watched it then, but I don't think I did. And you talking about, your mom saying no to the movies, I feel like that was the case for me as well when I was smaller. When I was a lot smaller.
Yeah, because I remember wanting to watch it.
Yeah.
But I remember like, oh, we're gonna watch it, and then I can't remember how far we got into the movie. It might have been when a big worm pulls up. But yeah, and then she took it out. She turned it off.
Why? Because of that part?
I mean, no, because it was a lot of cursing, and then the drugs,
Yeah, she had to pull the cord.
Yeah, I just said at that age, my mom was very.
Yeah, I think my mom was too. Well,
straight.
We had teachers as parents, me and you.
Yeah.
Like your mom's a teacher, my mom's a teacher, and they had beliefs about how we should be raised. That wasn't always the case for everybody.
Yeah, but then I guess it was weird because over time, like I said now, like we'll watch the movie together because it's on TV and laugh at it, and it's weird because it was at some point you didn't think this was appropriate, but over time, appreciating like the movie for really what it is, even if it does have all those elements, it's still hilarious and genius, I would say, just because it's Friday the day, but there's memories and how they pull those in, and then it's just a lot going on. But maybe it does, because it does feel like a neighborhood, or they have that neighborhood feeling where you're kind of like a character too, just kind of sitting there. But I mean, don't all films do that, or?
Not all films, no. Like, yeah, when you listen to music and there's an album, you've heard it a million times, but you can sit there and like listen to the whole thing all over again. That's kind of what Friday is for me. Like Terminator, I've seen that a million times. I think I've seen Friday just as much. And that's saying a lot, because Terminator, it still holds water. Even to this day, it's still... Like me, I think me and you sat down once, and we watched it, Terminator 1, and it was still good. It was still entertaining. And it was like, damn, like... And I don't know why. Like, alright, so maybe we all have this fear of death, like it's chasing us. A fear of the future, a fear of computers taking over, so we watch Terminator and it kind of helps us go through that, shows us we can fight it maybe, blow them up, shoot them up, and then we watch Friday and I don't know. I was going somewhere with that. I guess I'm saying Friday kind of deals with relaxing and dealing with the everyday. You know, like all these different people and personalities kind of come in and out of your life, and like Friday was just one day, like a snippet of this guy's life, and I think when we watch it, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that time. You know, fucking crackheady Dale rode up, or, you know. Hey, Smokey's back here taking the shit, you know, like, hey, who hasn't been there, you know? Taking the shit on the side of the house because you couldn't find some other place to shit. Damn.
Hey, you know, it's not like a play, but it's almost like a community of kind of just characters that are just, you know, on standby. I mean, at least just how it goes. You know, there's the porch and then the road. But yeah, no, I can't think of any other film where it's kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of get that feeling too, like when they do these movies with like all these actors, like the Ocean's 11, like they have. Feels like that's a way of, you know, grabbing your attention and pulling all these kind of all-star A-list actors and kind of putting them in the film where they're, you know, trying to pull a robbery off or doing this almost impossible task.
Yeah, it always is, isn't it?
It kind of does grab your attention.
Yeah.
But did you watch the other Fridays?
Yeah.
After the first one?
Yeah, all the way up to 3. Was it next Friday and then Friday after next?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched them.
But did they...
I wasn't the hugest fan of the third one. I mean, it was still fun. I liked the second one a lot. I mean, none of them were able to compare to the first one.
Yeah.
Because that first one was like an establishment. Like, it was like, it set the tone. And I think they chased it after that, you know, but it was still good.
Mm.
You know, I can still quote next Friday, like, yeah, baby, it's Mr. Nasty time. Yeah, Mr. Nasty time. And then as soon as I got him, I was gone. You know, as soon as I got my money, I was gone. Or I've said this a million fucking times. He's like, yeah, they 10s, but I keep them clean. So them 20s, right? He said, those ain't 20s. He's like, yeah, they 10s, but I keep them clean.
No locked doors or...
Yeah, no locked doors. What was the other ones? Fuck, I can't think of the brand. It's like cupcakes coming out with a new cupcake. It's a bad motherfucker. It's got sprinkles and glitter. Fat bitch.
Pinky.
Yeah. Hey, motherfucker. Huh? Yeah, go ahead.
They're fighting and he's asking Ice Cube or Craig the questions, and like every time he tries to tie his eyes, shut up.
Say it again.
He's like, my cousin.
Hey, this is my cousin. Quit grabbing on Pinky shit like that. Company man.
Well,
I was just like, hey man, you're taking them corners too goddamn high. You made me spill my yak in this $200 suit. Huh?
like when you said they were chasing it, like trying to redo it.
Yeah, trying to recreate the feeling of the first one. Like how relatable it is and how, I guess, real. Is that what it is? It's real or common? Like I said, you relate by knowing these characters. I know somebody who's like that. And
yeah, I got you.
We know some Mexicans, like in the Rancho Cucamonga, his neighbors, like some vatos.
I was gonna say the first Terminator. Do you know they spent the same amount to make the second Terminator?
Really?
No, I'm asking you. Do you know the?
Is this part of your research? I don't know.
No, it's not. I'm just because for the Friday film, they really didn't. They made it with less money and then it was successful, so they're able to make a second one.
Yeah.
But even though you have more money, you might not still get the same results. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But and then Chris Tucker wasn't in it too, so
yeah, Smokey.
I kind of thought that was the
somebody paid Smokey.
I thought that was kind of more why it wasn't as successful or why it didn't feel the same.
I wonder if he was just like, fuck that, I'm not going to be him anymore. Or what, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, he did the Rush Hour.
Was it the same time?
I don't know if it was the same time, but it was
I wouldn't fault him for that, because Rush Hour was good, too.
Yeah, and they made a few of them.
Yeah, they did.
But they also paid him very well, too.
Damn, no shit. No, I wouldn't even try and talk him out of that shit. It was a good call on his part. He went out and got it.
Yeah.
Got himself paid. And he crossed over with Jackie Chan.
Well, that's another good, there's some pretty good scenes in those in the Rush Hours. I actually I'll put in time to watch Rush Hour when it comes out. I'm excited about Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan and the shenanigans they get into.
I was watching those and I thought it was funny that whenever Jackie Chan was set to do some real stunts, they always had some reason that Chris Tucker wasn't in the scene. You know what I mean? He was stuck rolling around like a clown down the stairs or something. I can't get up. I'm not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You gotta lower the ladder. While Jackie Chan is whooping some ass and flying through some holes and doing all this hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I think it was either the second one or the third one where they gave Chris Tucker some fighting scenes. But even then, he wasn't at Jackie Chan's movie stunt level.
No.
So something always happened to him while Jackie Chan did all this crazy shit. It barely came clear to me after watching it so many times. Wow, they literally just separate the two whenever something badass has to happen.
That's the genius of writing. You can frame it in whatever direction you need it to where that's why we gave it to you this way.
Yeah.
But but Jackie Chan's been like he started out. Feels like he started out doing stunt devil shit, and then
hell yeah.
I mean, I've been watching. Everyone is watching movies, like kid movies, like, not kid movies, but being a young kid, being excited to watch his movies.
Yeah.
But it almost seemed like he had a career before then.
Mm-hmm. Rumble in the Bronx.
So, man.
That's an old school I could watch.
Might want to do a podcast on just Jackie Chan.
Huh. I could. I think it's interesting how many times movies play a role in our in the podcast. I think I tend to bring them up a lot, but like if you think about it, movies are extremely influential on society.
Mm.
Another interesting thing is, now they're kind of on a downfall in this weird kind of place. Like, I bet they're still making money right now, but nowhere near as much as they were. So, like, the industry is being forced to change by this whole COVID shit. Like, they tried setting up their own their own movie delivery system, like Netflix and Prime Video, and really they're late to the fucking party. They're behind the fucking 8 ball, which you think they wouldn't be. But this whole time, they've had movie theaters as their driving force, like their revenue stream. And now it's been taken away, like, randomly, kind of against their will, against our will. We love the movies, like, I think everybody loves going to see some movies. And now it's a place of fear. Like, you don't want to go and get sick. It's like it's like an unnecessary risk.
Yeah, because you could just watch it at home, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what they're trying to do now, but I think they're over their heads. They're out of their element. They're entering the game late. Just a side note. Episode 13's live. It's up. Road tripping. The road tripping episode.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So back to Friday.
Yeah.
Drug use. I think when that came out, drugs were still not quite popular in mainstream media, I guess. You know what I mean? Like right now, I think marijuana's. I think it always has been a very across the board drug for everybody. Everybody's kind of tried it, but it was kind of behind the scenes and scary. A little against against the law. It was illegal, and Friday was one of the it was a bit of comedy to the show, but they touched on it, and I think they were kind of ahead of the game there, where they got to, I guess, stylize it or normalize it. Maybe normalize is the word I'm really looking for. They normalized the idea of smoking weed, getting high, and laughing, having a good time. Or even experiencing weird shit like that dog crying. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, like, they mainstreamed it. And I think in 95 it still was kind of hush-hush.
Yeah.
And they also did Angel Dust. It's Angel Dust, Holmes.
What was I going to say? There's Blazing Saddles, yeah. There's Richard Pryor and is it Gene Wilder?
Gene Wilder, yeah.
There's a...
Actually...
What's up?
Was Pryor even in Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
As what?
No. He should have been. I think they wanted him to be, but the guy that actually...
What, do you think all black guys look alike, Sky?
No. He actually...
whoa.
He actually was... they're considering him for candidate.
Huh. I didn't know that.
No, but so... My bad for doing that to the... I'm going to look him up right now. There's a scene in the movie where... because they make a black guy the mayor.
Uh-huh.
And Gene Wilder is like let's say like a
washed-up gunfighter.
Yeah. And they're kind of like having to team up together because no one likes the black mayor. And there's a scene where Gene Wilder pulls out a joint.
Yeah.
And Cleveland Little.
That's
Cleveland
the guy?
Little. Yeah.
Cleveland.
My bad.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland Little.
Yeah.
I didn't even know his name.
Cleavon.
Clavon?
Cleavon Little, yeah.
Clavon.
My bad.
It's the Cleveland Show.
Nah, Richard Pryor did the screenplay. They wanted him to play, but this other guy got the role, and he did a good job.
No, he did do a good job.
But there's a scene where they're smoking a joint together, and kind of fast forwarding it to now where there's two guys that are just on the side of their house. One doesn't have a job. They both don't got jobs. They're both just kind of just.
And it's Friday, and they ain't got shit to do.
But you bring up the drug usage. It was kind of like, yeah. Think about it. It's pretty much. You could kind of say it like before his time,
Yeah.
Like, it might. If it were to come out like right now, it will probably. It would. I think it would still have, the same effect.
Mm.
Maybe even the more powerful one. I don't know. Like you said, like drugs are, but now there's all these other drugs.
Yeah. Also, if we're talking about normalizing, we got to give props to Cheech and Chong.
Oh yeah.
Like if anybody made that shit mainstream or acceptable in general society, like those guys tore down some walls themselves.
Still smoking. Yeah, for sure. Well, what was the difference between when those films came out to when Friday came out? Like, I think the censoring of like music and films, like when Cheech and Chong was releasing films, did the film industry have it down to where it's like, rated R or whether not? You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. You mean the drugs had a part in influencing what it was rated?
No, I'm saying like censoring and like even music, like the parental advisory sticker, like all that, like
yeah.
I didn't feel like that was had a big impact on like stuff like maybe like in the 70s and 60s, like it was more laid back.
I don't know.
You're supposed to know, man.
I'm not the guy, brother. I'm not.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Like when Cheech and Chong was releasing movies, like what were they getting? Were they getting a lot of?
I don't know. I feel like they were so slapstick. Maybe they kind of made it under the radar. And I think even though maybe the rules were still against it, and the government was looking down on it, I think people were partying themselves, the whole time, and they loved them. They supported them. They paid them. They paid for tickets. And I think they were touring, too, at some point doing comedy. So it was like, they made it. They made it, I don't want to say under the wire, but maybe they made it, I don't know what you would call that. In their time, I think there was a lot of heavy drug use going on, kind of hush hush, and then when they made those movies, it was like, fuck yeah, let's go watch that. Like that's it's available to us now, and somehow they made it. And I think it was because there were such hardcore comedies at the same time.
Yeah.
And since they were comedians, I think they packaged it just right to make it onto mainstream, make it onto the big screen, make it onto VHS or whatever they were at that time. Laserdisc, and so I bet they still got flack. I mean, they imprisoned fucking Tommy Chong barely just lately, trying to say, oh, he's doing all this horrible shit. It's like, bitch, like it's late. The fight's over. Give it up. Not him, but the fucking government. But they still put his ass away. So it was like, all right. Obviously there was a grudge still being held. Yeah.
I guess like it's weird, or will it ever change? Like films like Friday, or some like a Cheech and Chong film, like where there's drug use, but it's still a legit comedy or a film, like a prestigious award, like what is it? What do they get for films? Like not an Emmy or like those movies won't earn those kind of awards. But why is that?
I'm kind of curious. Like it's like a good old boys club, like the Emmys and all that. Like I wonder if you put like a Emmy nominated film or whatever, the Globe, the Academy Awards, whatever it is. Grammy's music, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So the Emmy. I bet if you put Friday side by side with the Emmy nominated film, and maybe you should have your computer on this. Maybe they were nominated. I don't know, because I feel like it was so well supported because of its ties to the community and like life in general. I kind of wonder if they would stack up, like, more views for Friday, larger audience for Friday, still. I don't even think I see it on Prime or Netflix, and I usually think that's because there's such a high demand for it that they're making money elsewhere. like sometimes I think when a movie pops up on Netflix or Prime, it's kind of in that general area where there's like, yeah, there's a want for it, but they're not making so much money elsewhere, so they're like, okay, let's see if we can make any more money on it on Netflix. So they'll release it, or they'll release it on Prime or Hulu or whatever. Like, I think they're all paying some sort of amount, like royalties, to play those movies, and then they get all this advertising or whatever by having us go to Hulu or Netflix or all these places. And I wonder, because I rarely see Friday on there. I think it's popped up a few times, but I rarely see it. I feel like they're still making money on it.
I think so.
And if that's the case, I wonder, yes, they probably will never be nominated if they haven't already. But if you put them side by side, like how many views per capita or whatever you want to say, like whatever you call it, I bet they would stack up and maybe outclass them, outperform them. So I think the audience really decides that. I don't think it's up to some academy or whoever to decide. The general public, like I think that's kind of like Tech-9. How he's always saying like, oh, I'm not on radios, they're not playing my music. But we absolutely know who the hell Tech-9 is because he's so fucking good. Him and his entourage. So it's like strange music. So like they're not mainstream, but because of their views and because of their talent, like Friday, because of the support, the community support for it, they're big. And I just wonder if, you mentioned them not getting that. I bet they would stack up and compete.
Yeah, but like you said, like a boys' club or a certain circle
jerk.
Who puts what in the records? But like when there's just good storytelling or characters where you're like, oh man, I know this guy, or I can watch this movie a bunch of times and not get tired of it, It's just that gets overlooked, but maybe we put too much prestige in awards that really don't get only get value because someone said it's the movie of the time, but when Friday came out, it was almost sort of like, I don't think they expect their expectation of what happened or like how it came out.
Yeah.
And like how successful it is, and like even us, like we relate to it, but yet we didn't grow up in East LA or South Central, but it's still kind of like, nah, that's not movie, But I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking a bunch of shit. I honestly didn't watch the third one.
No?
I don't think I did, because I'm trying to remember it right now. And
it involved Christmas, and Terry Crews was that rapey guy just out of prison, and there was
Debo. There was no Debo in there.
I feel like there still was like an appearance. I don't think so. And then there was the crackhead Santa that was going around robbing everybody.
Okay. Nah, I don't think so.
I think it was the same one where they were playing like security guards in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig and Day. They were being security guards, and their dad and their uncle are they're running a Bob's barbecue shop. So good it'll make you slap your grandma, slap your mama. And he slaps his mama.
No, I don't think I gave it. I don't think I watched it all the way through. Then
you did?
No, I don't think I did.
Well, let me.
I don't know why. I mean, I should have. Maybe I'll do that.
Go back. It's where.
Why is Christmas involved?
It was just the Friday they chose. It was during Christmas. I mean, it's still a Friday, obviously, but it was during Christmas that they decided to do it.
Okay.
Maybe so they could do the Santa. I don't know. Whoa. Man, that beat is in like every episode we're going to do.
I can't hear it.
No? Well, they're on the podcast for sure.
Yeah, I hear them.
Beep, beep, beep. It's an alarm telling me to get ready for work.
Yeah, I know.
But
they're saying they might do another Friday.
Really?
Rumor.
Where the hell did you hear that?
Internet.
The internet speaks.
YouTube.
You know what? I think I would watch it.
I would too. I mean, if no, I feel like they didn't do that great of a job. But thinking about it now, because it feels like our attention is just everywhere versus back in the day. You remember like when you're watching a video and it would show like 3 or 4 previews?
Yeah.
That was kind of like unique to that time where maybe that's how people got the excitement for Friday. They saw a preview to it, but as those newer ones came out, it was more, felt like we were entering more digital phase. I don't remember much like commercials or maybe they didn't do a good job on the commercial or on the trailer. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta think about that too. When Friday came out, you had to watch previews and watch the movie.
Yeah, midnight. Well, you still do in theater. Well,
if you show up on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can skip through them, or they're not that long. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Am I ringing any bells?
Not really, no.
Oh.
You're saying what are you saying? You're saying that
I don't know what I'm saying,
I don't
man.
know what you're saying, man.
That's why I'm asking you.
You're saying they didn't do as good a job.
No, I'm not saying that. I said that, but I'm just.
Wait, you're talking about old days versus new days and commercials, or not commercials, but previews.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what's your point?
I don't have one. I just throw shit out there.
Just throw it out there, try to rekindle the fire here.
Yeah. Give me something to...
Well, what's your... Huh?
No, I'm giving you something to...
Something to springboard off of?
Yeah.
What's
backflip.
Yeah, me doing a backflip right now. That ain't happening. What's your favorite Friday quote? And you can take it out of the two, but I'm assuming it's coming from the first Friday. Like, which one do you think you've said the most?
The one I said the most?
Yeah.
I mean, the Bye Felicia one is just, that's so many times that, and text message or,
Bye Felicia.
Just,
it'll be like it's both ours. But we'll just keep it in my house. What bike?
Control.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, they got out of the car looking like Janet Jackson.
I was like, I want to spend Red's money.
What you got on my 40, homie?
What's up, Big Worm?
So, if you heard anything, whistle.
You know, there's I wouldn't say it's my favorite line, but it's always, I think when the time, if it ever came up, you know, I think it would be a cool move. But, you know, when Craig's talking to, man, I forgot it, the love interest. Well, he has a girlfriend, but then he likes the other girl. Neil Long, I don't know what her character name is. But he's talking about Devo grabbing her, and then Craig's like, it was like this. It was like this.
Yeah.
It was like trying to be all smooth.
What was it like this? What was it like this?
You know, the line that we quote a lot in our house is, he's like, he never got two things that match, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Have no burger, you know, I think that's kind of...
Kool-Aid, no sugar?
Yeah.
Hell no burger?
Hell! He's this ain't enough.
Make it enough. Yeah, damn it. I quote this fucking movie all the time, dude. Like, I swear to God, I might almost quote it every day. Dear God.
Dude, I think so. Because I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting some gems.
I like to say that, my money. It's like, hey, can I have my chili Fritos? It's like, what chili Fritos? It's like, well, let me give you back my money. It's like, my money. Yeah.
I
want some of them chitlins. I like pig feet.
He's like, what is the day? J-O-B.
Damn, I've said that a million times too. The other one is like, hit your ass, Mr. Postman. I said, please don't bite me, dog. And then I turn around and jump over the fence, and that dog grabbed my ass. So how your ass feel, Mr. Jones? Get out of here. Is it number one? I've said that too a bunch of times. Or somebody's like, I gotta use the restroom. I'm like, is it number one or number two? So shit, anybody gonna be dropping a stinking load in my house, it's gonna be me. So Mr. Jones!
Reese Witherspoon, that's his name. Reese Witherspoon.
shit, I heard him talking. I think he was talking to. It was shortly before he died. He was talking to. Who's Dr. Phil? Dr. Phil's got a podcast. It's called Fill in the Blanks. And he had Reese Witherspoon as his guest. And damn it, like I've never actually heard Reese Witherspoon out. Are you sure it's Reese?
Nah, it's not. Hold on.
I feel like that's the lady actress.
Yeah, that is.
You're tripping. I was trying to call him Reese earlier.
It's It's Witherspoon.
It is Witherspoon. I know it's Witherspoon. Well, anyway, I think he was a double guest. I think it was him and his son, and they were on Dr. Phil's podcast. And it's the first time I ever heard him speaking out of character. Because like he's always in character in all the movies I've ever seen him in. And I think a lot of people call on him to be Mr. Jones, a lot. In life, I guess, out in public. So to hear him speak, like he sounded like he's fucking hood, man. Like he's gangster. Old cat, like just an old cat.
Yeah, John Witherspoon.
I was thinking it was something simple. I think John Witherspoon.
My bad. I'm fucking shit up today.
That is your bad, and it's my bad for going along with Reese Witherspoon. Shit.
Nah, well, that's not white.
Yeah. Jesus. He just rolled over in his grave. He's like, you call me a blonde white man.
I went down a couple of points.
In my book, bro, I've lost all respect for you, bro.
Yeah. It's like I'm gonna hit myself.
You should like take a knee and just send out some props out in the world right now, man, for that bad juju getting
But we can edit that out.
No, sirree, it's going on the final cut, man. This is also about showing who we really are, Sky.
Oh.
Well, all right. Any last words on Friday? Because I gotta call this. I just want to touch back on the fact that I think Friday was such a big hit because it was relatable, and I kind of feel like res life and ghetto life, like they were talking about being in the hood, the ghetto, and that just reminds me of being, on the res in our ghetto. Us growing up, like it's a movie I grew up watching and became, it probably played a role in my becoming an adult, if I ever did. And it was super relatable because of where I grew up. So, and I think that's why it was so good. And very quotable. Apparently I use it all the fucking time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So any last words before we call this?
No, I mean I would watch it. Miss Parker.
With the Lord have mercy. The Lord knows what I want. Well, around here, between Normandy and Weston, we call this here a little 20-twin.
We were just playing. That goddamn devil.
Goddamn devil. Fuck.
No, like you said, there's a community of characters that are very lifelike.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's just the fact that we all know somebody like similar.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it too is just kind of just naturally funny actors, that it was a really simple plot, but yet it was kind of on the tip of your toes.
Yeah.
What's going to happen, and you're kind of just tied in it. I don't think that same magic was passed on to the other ones, but the next Friday was still good.
Yeah.
But the first one was just, yeah, like I said, it was kind of, it almost kind of felt like it was homemade.
Yeah.
With Ice Cube in it, and him being this rapper, and sort of influential rapper too, to where it was like,
yeah, definitely.
It almost was like, because I thought Master P was kind of doing the same thing where he had a couple cool movies. I Got the Hookup, and I mean, those are good movies. I'm pretty sure they hold up too if I were to watch them, but I don't know what it was with.
I didn't know he was making movies. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, but with Friday, it was a legit film, but yet it was also sort of like I still got that same vibe that they were having a good time making it too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just how it came out, but yeah, I mean, just like I said, like the music and it was kind of like you're chilling in the hood on a Friday. That's kind of, there's always something going on.
Yeah.
So I guess more, how do films, capture that vibe where, you kind of have that feeling. But was it just a one-of-a-kind thing? But I don't know. But Chris Tucker's genius,
Yeah.
A lot of that was like naturally just him being funny. Yeah. And I guess that's why, you think about him doing all the Rush Hour ones, like, he's solid, like a solid comedian.
Yeah. Shit, even before that, like, what was it? It wasn't Double Take. It was,
Was it Money Talks?
Money Talks, yeah. That one was back in the day. And he fucking cross-starred with Charlie Sheen. And Charlie Sheen's fucking huge. He was always winning.
Yeah. Winning.
Yeah, he was across, he was his co-star right there. Like, they were headlining that movie. So, like, and
that might have got him the job for Rush Hour,
yeah, maybe. That was definitely before Friday. It was an older ass movie.
No, it was not.
It wasn't?
After.
Money Talks? Money Talks.
Yeah, because when Chris Tucker came out on Friday, he was like, he hadn't really done a lot of big films.
Look that shit up, man.
And their Money Talks, or
like Money Talks is older.
Nah,
I'm tripping. All right, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
it's the end of the episode, and I'm tripping.
Let me look it up, because I want to call you out.
Damn. All right. Do that. This is the final word, people. He's gonna call me out.
No, just kidding. No, wait. Oh, it came out in '97.
Oh, really? So 2 years later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh. I mean...
I'm going to look at it differently. I thought he had already pulled that off. Do you think, since it was just 2 years later, do you think Friday got him that job?
Of course.
Look up Rush Hour. See when Rush Hour came out. I feel like Rush Hour is a lot later.
I want to say Rush Hour was in the early 2000s, but...
Are you looking it up?
I'm looking at it. Anticipation building.
It's way up there. Are you doing that on purpose? I'm just like all quiet. It was 90. Damn. So he did Friday. Look up Chris Tucker and look at his film list. You're saying 95 was Friday, 97 was Money Talks, and then 98 was fucking Rush Hour?
Yeah.
Dude got rich quick, don't you think?
Yeah, he was working.
Hustler.
Well,
he must have been doing something 96. Or do you think he was like just riding high on that Friday money?
Well, I want to say that Rush Hour was sort of like almost like it was like a deal, like
yeah, it was his shit.
Rush Hour 3, Friday, Fifth Element. That was in '97.
What?
Do you remember Fifth Element?
Yeah,
he's in that one. He's weird in that
I love him in that one. Commercial. All right, bro. I gotta get off this. I gotta get ready for work.
Oh, okay. Well, enjoy your Rush Hour.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris Tucker, man.
Ice Cube, man.
Ice Cube, yeah.
John Witherspoon. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is another episode of Natives in America podcast.
Peace.
Peace. Here's the big red button now.